So today I've got a full face of all of my favourite Lisa Eldridge products. I'm not going to reveal which ones they are yet, you'll have to wait and see if you watch this video, but I do have here a base, so you'll have to find out which is my very favourite skin base from Lisa Eldridge. And then I'll be using one of her eyeshadow, not quads actually are they, they've got 6 in, one of her eyeshadow palettes. I'll be using one of her eyeliners, one of her lip pencils, one of her highlighters, one of her lipsticks, and I will be using something on my cheeks as a blush, but you have to wait to see what that is. I cannot wait to show you because Lisa Eldridge is one of my absolute favourite brands. I adore Lisa, I love her as a person, I love following her, I love listening to her, I love watching all of her techniques. Her makeup is beautiful, her packaging is beautiful, and I'm just so pleased that this range seems to be expanding so much. So I can't wait to show you my very favourite Lisa Eldridge products today. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who loves makeup and beauty, and I love to share my favourite products, looks, review new products, review my favourite products, anything like that really. And if you think you'd enjoy that, I'd love it so much if you liked and subscribed. And if you could comment below, that would be so good as well. I love chatting to people here on my channel and it's so helpful to my channel. And my skin tone, if that's helpful, I've got fair to light skin with neutral / cool undertones, mostly neutral I think. And I've got combination skin with a slightly greasy T-zone area. So that's enough about me, let's get on with this video. So if you've been following me here on this channel this year, you'll probably already guess what I'm going to be using as my base, and that is the new skin tint released this year from Lisa, which is my #1 skin tint, easily by a mile. I have actually done a full skin tint review of all my favourite skin tints, and this one is top. So if you want to catch that video here on my channel, you can see that, but this one I compared it to some others. But for me, nothing beats this, because this skin tint just gives me the most perfected look, and throughout the day, every time I look in a mirror, I just think I love the way my skin is looking. It doesn't give me a lot of coverage, but what it does is it corrects the redness that I've got, and it just leaves me with such a no makeup perfected look. That's the best way to describe this. I really, really love it. So I've got mine in shade T3. And I use my Rapha BO2 brush to apply this. This can be applied with fingers very well as well, but I love this brush for applying skin tints. It's the one I use now pretty much for all skin tints. And you'll see straight away how this just starts to give me, without hardly any effort with blending in by the way, it's starting to perfect instantly the redness on my face. If you look at my nose this side, and then you look at this side, can you see the difference? So now applying it to this area of the nose that's still red, and you'll see now how it just really corrects this redness for me. So there you can see how my nose is looking. Now I've got this on, can you see the correction? It's just so instant, and it has such a lovely refreshing feeling. It's like I've just put on the most beautiful skincare. And one thing with this is it lasts. I've tested this way beyond 9 hours and it's still there, which for a skin tint is so good. So this has longevity, which is quite rare, and it just sits beautifully on me. I don't get any caking with it. I don't get any of my oils coming through and ruining the effect. I get some natural oils coming through, but it pretty much keeps me looking like this all day, and I promise you, every time I look in a mirror I just think, oh, I love the way I am looking today, and it's always because I've got this one on. Now if I want to go for more of a glam look, I can easily go in and cover up some of the areas that I don't have coverage, because obviously it hasn't given me a lot of coverage, and Lisa hasn't launched a concealer, so I'm going to go off camera now and just do a little bit of concealing in the areas where I'd like more coverage, such as here and under the eyes, and I will settle that down and be back to do my eyes. So I've gone in with my concealer. I've also applied some cream bronzer and a little bit of bronze in the crease of my eye, because the eyeshadow palette I'm using from Lisa doesn't have a matte brown, which is what I wanted. So I've just put a little bit of that there into my crease, and I am ready to apply my eyeshadow. So my favourite from Lisa, she's released 5 of these. I mean, the packaging is absolutely stunning. These are £49. My favourite one is Sorcery, and anyone who knows me will know I have a problem with green eyeshadow. I am completely obsessed with green eyeshadow. So today I will be using these 2 shades here, although I do like to use the blue as an eyeliner with this look, but I'm not going to do that today because I want to show you one of her eyeliner pencils, but that is one of my favourite looks. So I'm actually going to apply with my finger today, so I'm going to start with this green. It's a really silky look at the payoff you get from this. Absolutely beautiful. You don't need to apply this with your fingers, you could use a flat brush. I like to apply these with my fingers, I feel like I get more payoff. And one of the reasons I love this palette so much is I think nearly all of these work as one and dones. So if you like these shades, the blue, the gold, this deep green, and this other shade of green, I will actually do a swatch of the shades I'm not using at the end to show you, but these all work as one and dones, and then you can use this as your eyeliner, so you can get an awful lot out of this palette. I think it's the most sort of different looks you can get out of all of the ones from Lisa. But one thing you can also do is if you choose to get all of the 5 or just 2 or whichever ones you prefer, you can actually pop them out here with a pin and you can swap them over, and you can also just buy individual refills, which is brilliant because a lot of places don't do that. So that's something that's really fun about these eyeshadow palettes. I'm just going to go in with a clean fluffy brush just to blend this into the brown that I've got in my crease. Just look at that green, look at it, isn't it gorgeous? And the name of this shade is Grotto Metallic. So I'm now going to use the one beneath it, which is called Mage Metallic. And I'm going to take this now in the first third of my lid. I'm going to start with my finger, but I will go in with a brush to get into my inner corner. I also get no fallout with these, which is really good for this sort of high impact shiny eyeshadow. They're not flaky at all, they're so smooth. So using my BK207 brush, BK Beauty, I'm going to now take this into the inner corner and I'm going to take it under the brow. And next I'm going to use one of Lisa's Seamless Glide eye pencils, and this is in the shade Forest Green. So these are £24 and they have a very silky smooth, very easy to blend finish. So I'm going to run this underneath. Bring it up a little bit for a small wing. And then bring it across the top here. I'm not being massively careful because I'm going to blend this out with a brush. Very, very creamy. Even more creamy than the Victoria Beckham, I'd say. Very creamy. So now using my eyeliner brush from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the perfect shade of green liner, I think, to go with this eyeshadow. It really is a perfect match. You do get quite a bit of time with these as well to work with them. They don't dry down too fast at all, so they really are super easy. But once they do dry down, they really do last all day. And using my Sonergy T1 brush, I'm going to go into the green again and just run a little bit of this underneath the liner. So that's my favourite look using this palette, and this is my favourite palette, and you can just see why, can't you? Because these shades are stunning. So I said I'd swatch the shades I didn't use. So we have here 2 metallics. This one is called Madrigal and this one is called Swan Song. And like I said, Swan Song is one I think is beautiful to use as an eyeliner with this look if you don't go for the green liner I've used today. I think it's a really nice pop of blue which works really well with these colours. And the other two shades, this one is the matte, which is called Troubadour, so this is a deep green. And the next one is called Mercurial, which is a luminous duo. So this one also works very nicely in the corner for the pop of light there and underneath, so you could alternate really, or you could use that instead just for the corner. So as you can see, these are just absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? So I'll just quickly curl my lashes, and I'll be using the new Lisa Eldridge Kitten mascara, and this has become my #1 mascara, just like the skin tint. So I've had 2 holy grails from Lisa this year. That is how fabulous I think Lisa is. This is a mascara that when I start to run out, I will 100% be repurchasing. I can so quickly give myself such a beautiful finish with this. Now I like to have quite natural lashes. I don't like to wear a lot of mascara. I like it to look really natural. I also don't like it to look too clumpy. What I'm really looking for is separation and length, and that is what this gives me. I have very short lashes. They are improved with the serum I'm using, considerably actually, because they were virtually invisible before that. But this just gives it, can you see? How straight away I'm getting such a lovely, lovely lift if you compare to this side. And I only ever need 1 coat of this. I don't use more than 1. I know a lot of people would probably go in for a second, but I really do like to have very light coverage on my lashes. I don't like to feel my mascara on my eyes, and this is just so comfortable with that 1 coat, and for me it just gives me enough. It never smudges. I can spray my setting spray all over my face and never get a tiny bit of smudging with this mascara. It is beautiful. This launched very recently and it's £29. So the next thing I'm going to do is blush. Now Lisa hasn't released a blush, but something I have been trying out lately is using her lipsticks on lips and cheeks. So today I'm going to show you my current favourite shade I've been using the most from Lisa, and this is the Rose Official. This is in the Luxuriously Lucent lip colour, and these are £27. So I like to take my BK Beauty 109 brush and actually take it straight onto the lipstick and apply it to the cheeks, and it applies really, really easily. And I love having the sort of cohesive look between lips and cheeks. And surprisingly, this actually lasts. I use a setting spray when I do this, and it's surprising how it really does last. And applying it is as easy as the sort of top cheek tints that I use. Just look how gorgeous that is. And you can really build up the colour as well if you keep going, look. I love it, I really love it. This is a way of saving money. If you have a favourite shade of lipstick from Lisa, you don't need to buy a blush, you can just do this. So next I'm going to go in with her liquid highlighter, and I've got this in Pink Moon, and this is £27. Now one way you could have applied the blush here is you could scrape a little bit of the lipstick into a palette or even on the back of your hand, and you can add some of this and mix them together and use it as a glowy blush. So that is an alternative to what I've done just now, but I prefer to add them separately so that I can just get the highlight on the tips. I don't really like to have highlight all over my cheeks. That is an option which a lot of people do enjoy. So these come with a very big doe foot on the end. I'll just put 2 dots, actually I'll just put 1 because a huge amount seem to come off then. And I use the same BK Beauty 109 brush. And this gives a lovely sort of rosy, luminous finish, which just is so beautiful and natural, and I love it on top of that lipstick. I think it's such a stunning finish. This is very mature skin friendly if you're going to use this. It's not one of these real shine from the heavens sort of options. It's a glow, a natural glow. I'm going to go with one dot again. It really does come out a lot actually, so I would not go for more than one dot. There's 5 different shades in this you could try. This is the only one I've bought because this is the shade that most appealed to me, even though I probably should try more. I'll just put a little bit on the back of my hand, so I can dip my finger in and just put a little bit down the nose and above the Cupid's bow. So I'm going to go in with a Lisa Eldridge lip pencil, and this is a brand new one. Now I've had 2 lip pencils that I would say have gone to Holy Grail status for me this year, and that would be the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk in Fair, and it would be this one. I'd say they're pretty much joint. So this is the new Lisa Eldridge release, the Sculpt and Shade lip pencils. There's lots of these, and I've done a full review of these with the skin tint, which you'll find here on my channel. I reviewed nearly all of these shades. Not every single one, but nearly all of them, so it's worth checking that video out if you'd like to see. But 1C is the one I think that matches my sort of pink lips the best. I really do like it. Now with the lipstick I'm using today, the Rose Official, I think 2C works very well with this as well. I've actually got 2C as well. 2C is sitting here on my desk because it's one of my regulars, so this is how 2C looks. But today I'm using 1C, which is this one. So these are really, really soft, very easy to apply, but even though they're very, very soft, they have longevity. I didn't think they'd set down and last in the way that the Charlotte Tilbury ones do, but surprisingly this really does have longevity, so this is beautiful. And I say surprisingly because it's just more creamy. It doesn't seem to set down as much as the Charlotte Tilbury one did. And when I tested them out on the back of my hand, it didn't last on the back of my hand in the way Charlotte Tilbury did. But it does last on my lips. And can you see how much of a perfect shade that is for my lip colour? So I don't know if I said, but these are £20. So I'm going to go in with the Rose Official now. Now I honestly don't think that there is a more perfect spring summer shade than Rose Official. Just look at this. How gorgeous is that? And these are so soft and creamy. They're absolutely beautiful to wear on the lips. They really are, and they do last a reasonable amount of time, and they also wear down quite nicely. They don't wear off in patches. Stunning formula. I really love these. So my last thing to show you is lip gloss. Now I'm not going to say this is my favourite because I love some of the lip glosses that have a lot of colour, and I love to use them on their own with a lip liner. But today, because I'm showing you my favourite lipstick, I'm showing you my favourite one to use as a topper lip gloss. So this one is called Silent Sun. These cost £20 and there's a huge range of these on Lisa's website. So the doe foot looks like this. It's not overly clean because I've used this as a topper many times, I'm afraid. So I'm going to add this on top of the Rose Official. It's just giving me that little bit of extra shine, but not taking away from the Rose Official colour. That's why I like to use this one. So that's my final look using my favourite Lisa Eldridge products. I will go on to use setting spray, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it tends to give such a glowy effect. It sort of changes the way it looks, and once it dries down it's fine, but I don't like to show you that because it really doesn't show you how my finished look is. So this is my finished look. And using the setting spray I will be able to lock in even the blush sort of shade on my cheeks. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. I love Lisa Eldridge. I've been looking forward to making this one for ages, and I hope to do a couple more actually, because this might be my #1 look eye-wise, but there's certainly other lip looks, and I can match up different lip and cheek looks that I could try. So if you've enjoyed this, I would be happy to make another one because I do have her other eyeshadow palettes and they are stunning. I could use the same eyeshadow palette, like I said to you, and come up with so many different looks, but this one is my #1. It really is. I love it. I'd love to hear from you. Are you a Lisa Eldridge fan? Have you got any of the products I've used today, or have you got other favourites that you can't stop using like me? I'd really love to hear from you. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd like it so much if you liked and subscribed. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for returning. I really appreciate you. And I hope to see all of you for my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.